So you switch from a non-stick pan to a stainless steel, maybe for health reasons, maybe for durability, but now your tofu sticks. You even try the Leidenfrost effect, the little droplet trick to check if the pan is hot enough, and still your food doesn't just stick, it burns. Well, you're watching the right video because I've been there. My name is Bambi and I recently switched to stainless steel as part of my health journey, and honestly, I regretted it for a while. And after a lot of trial and error and more deep cleaning sessions that I would like to admit, I finally learned how to cook confidently with stainless steel. And today I was actually challenged by this lovely person to pan fry tofu using my stainless steel method, the same method that helped me make omelettes, fried eggs, and even quinoa crepes without sticking. So let's fry tofu so I can show you exactly how I do it. Step 1. Take the tofu out. First thing is to take the tofu out of the fridge, if it's there. Because when cooking with stainless steel, cold food can shock the pan and increase stickiness. Let it come closer to room temperature first. It's a small detail, but makes a big difference. Step 2, remove the water and season. Remove as much water from the tofu as possible. Cut it into cubes. Actually, you do whatever you want. This is the shape I'm going with today. Now it's time to season. Okay, I'll be honest with you guys. I am not a huge fan of tofu. Maybe it's all about the seasoning and I don't know how to do it properly. So if you don't mind sharing in the comments your favorite way to season your tofu, I will be very grateful. But today I'm just using coconut aminos, garlic powder, and cayenne pepper. Step 3. Get the pan ready. Believe it or not, but I start cold. Cold pan and cold oil. I'm using olive oil, about a tablespoon. Then set the stove to 2/3 of your max heat. I learned this from French YouTube channels. They kept saying to not go above 2/3 of your max heat to avoid overheating the pan too quickly or increasing sticking. And I personally prefer that guideline. It feels more precise and that's basically the equivalent of the lower end of medium high. For example, my stove goes up to 9, 2/3 is 6, so I don't go above 6. Now observe. You will notice after a few minutes that the oil thins and spray it on its own. And to check readiness, you can either look for a shimmer. This is when the oil is so thin that it moves almost like water when the pan is tilted. It also creates a slight sheen on the surface. Or test with food with water content. For example, you can drop a small piece of onion into the oil, and if it sizzles and stays light golden for 5 seconds or more, the pan is ready. But if it turns very dark brown immediately, the pan is obviously hotter than needed. And once you see either signs, the pan is ready for the next step. Step 4. Lower the heat and coat. Now you can lower the heat to half, so that's a 4.5 for me. Then you can coat the pan evenly and remove any excess oil if needed. Step 5. Add the tofu. Now please note that certain foods stick at first. It happens with crepes, it happens with fried eggs, it might happen with tofu. If it does, don't panic, don't force it. The idea is that the food will release itself when ready to be moved or flipped. Back to the tofu. So after 30 seconds, it felt sticky and I thought, yeah, it's probably too early to flip it anyway. So I waited another 30 seconds. I thought, it's okay, I can wait a little bit longer. I could remember the tip to not force it. And after a few seconds, I tried another cube, just in case the problem was the previous one. And now I was really trying not to panic. Then I started thinking about the challenge. I was like, am I losing? No, I don't want to lose. Please, I don't want to lose. And at this stage, I was almost holding back my tears. And then an idea came to mind. To use a fork. It just came like that. And voila, relief. That was a real challenge, guys. I understand the pain people might have trying to fry some tofu on a stainless steel pan. In my case, I think it was not sticking that much, to be honest. I think I just used the wrong utensil. To double check, I made another batch, and after just 1 minute, I could leave the cube with my fork. No sticking at all. These kitchen tongs weren't ideal. I can really feel the tension trying to grab the tofu from the top, so better gently push it from underneath. A stainless steel spatula would also do a great job. Step 6. Finalize. So then I take my time, I try to fry all the sides, and at the end I was even brave enough because I could toss them in the pan like this. As you can see, no sticking, no burning, no smoke. That's a success. What do you think? What I love about this method is that it's intuitive, it doesn't overheat the pan, it works with low smoke point oils like olive oil. It's also perfect for delicate foods like crepes, omelettes, and of course tofu. If you try this method, let me know how it goes. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. And I guess enjoy your tofu. Bon appétit!